Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen. And guess what? Today, I'm checking my list, and I'm checking it twice. I tell you what, it's been a busy morning, and today we're going to be doing some creating. We are going to create a beautiful swag, and this swag is done in colors that, to be honest with you, are a little off for me for Christmas because I don't usually think of navy as a Christmas color, but that's going to be the color that we're going to be working with. We're going to work with navy and gold. And while I do love navy, and you notice, I don't know if you can tell, but I've even got on navy. I'm getting in the mode, getting in the mood, getting in the mindset of working with that navy. So if navy and gold are a combination that you're interested in, stay tuned. Now I'm going to turn you down so that you can see exactly the colors that I'm going to be using in the ribbon. I'm starting with, let me show you the navy. It's a navy and it has beautiful poinsettias on it. And that part I really like because I do like poinsettias at Christmas, and definitely it has a Christmas feel. Now, what I wanted to do was to be able to bring out the golds. And I found this ribbon. It's a metallic. It has deep gold. It has a lighter shade of gold. And it even has one line in it that almost mimics a coppery feel. And I'm not really sure if it is copper, but definitely it's a deeper shade of gold. So we're going to put that in as well. And I have a solid gold that is very sheer and very light that I think will look very pretty. And it's just going to kind of blend and glim and glam the background. I also have a gold and kind of a pearly color stripe that I'm not sure if I'll put that in or not, but I am going to look at it and decide whether or not it's going to go into this creation. And it may certainly work its way somewhere into the design. I'm not sure that it will be in the bow, but it's going to be somewhere on this swag. So we're going to keep that off to the side. I'm going to get the others ready, and then we're going to be able to get you down so you can see how I create the bow. Now I'm going to use a Bodabra, and my main reason for using the Bodabra is that it's easy to pick it up and go and put that bow together very quickly and without a lot of work. So that's what we're going to be using. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I have a zip tie that is about 11 inches, and I'm going to take that and slide it into and across the bottom of the Bodabra. So once the bow's finished, I can just zip it up and that bow's going to come together very quickly. Now I need scissors. I'm going to take those out. Okay, well, got those, and we're ready to go. Now the cool thing is that I kind of want the navy in the front. So I'm going to start with gold, and I usually leave about a thumb's length on the opposite side and think that everything is facing up. So where I'm starting at this point, notice I am not putting the tails on just yet. And the reason for that is that I'm not exactly sure how much of this I have, and so I'm going to have to play with this. So I'm going to drop it. I guess I better divide it because I have two swags that need to be identical. And this tells me already that we are getting close to the end of this row. So I'm going to take that off. Let me see if I have a second one. Now, we were saved. I do have a second one, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to flip it just like you would if you were making a bow. And what I like to do is to put my Bodabra somewhere close so I can look. I don't really measure, but I do want a pretty equal bow. So I'm going to go out here to 20, and in fact I'm going to take it to 22. So that's going to give us about a 6-inch loop. And put it in. There's our loop, about 6 inches. And then I'm going to twist. Now I'm going to make a bow tie. That's basically what I'm going to do at this point. And I flipped it over. I'll move this to where we're at 12. And up to 12 and bring it back. Whoop. 12. And that's going to go right here. Now, you're thinking, okay, well, are you sure if that's what you want? Now, what I like to do is to take this side and this side just to make sure that they're pretty even, and they are. Okay, so that's going to be my measurement. So once I get it back over here, that's the first loop. I'm going to take it out to our 22 there, and put them in back. Now you can just kind of check a little bit and see if it's exactly where it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm going to flatten that down and twist. Take it out to our, oops, take it out to our 12 and bring it back. And that is going to give us our exact 2 loops. Okay, so 1 and 2. Notice I'm kind of putting them in place so I can see them. There's 1 and there's 2. So it gives us our first 4. And over on this side, remember about a thumb's length and flip. And I'll come back to that color in just a little while. Now, in the middle of this, I want a little bit of bling. And I'm going to go to the opposite side. Let's see, I started here, so I'm going to go here with our thumb's length. And because of the way this is made, I'm going to twist, take it out, 12, 22, 24. I'm going to drop this down on the floor because I want to get it just where I want it. Make sure that it's the length that I want. I'm going to do 1, twist, bring it back, make sure it's the length you want. Okay. 2, okay, twist, bring it back. And for this one, I think I have enough that I'm going to make 3. And twist. We have been fighting a cold, and the 2 of us have certainly been, I went to visit my granddaughter, and I do believe that they had something going around the school because we have been hacking ever since. So let me finish this color up and I'll bring you right back. All right, now it's time to work with that beautiful blue. All right, we're putting it in. I'm going to twist. down to our 24 spot. And because I'm trying to stretch this blue, I only have one row and or one bolt. And so I'm trying to make sure that it is first and foremost. So I'm going to bring it over to this side, twist, take it out to my 12. Another one. Twist. 24. Bring it back. All right, now I finished up, and what I did was that I put our zip tie in together, and I'm pulling it up and holding on to the bow itself, and I'm just going to bring it out, and as I tighten this, it's going to lock down this bow, and you can hear the zip as I pull, and I'm bringing it to the back to make sure that it's on the back. That the little knob of the zip tie is right back there on the back. And I'm just going to give it a real good tug because I do not want this to come apart when I start pulling and tugging to put this together. Now, let me get my wire cutters. Okay, so I'm going to come to the back and I'm going to clip that zip tie off. There, that clip, and now our bow's secure. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to sit it off to the side because remember I need two. Now, in addition to that, I left 80 inches of the blue. I'm going to measure out about 80 inches of the stripe and probably a little more of the stripe, but let's see what I've got here. I've got 30, 60, just short of 80, so I'm going to go ahead and that's going to work out fine because 80 inches was just a tad bit longer than what I needed, but I'm going to put those two ends together. I'm going to fold them in half, wire to wire. And what I like to do is to cut from the wire up. And that takes care of that. So those two are ready. These are going to be the ties. So I'm going to put these off to the side because these will be the ties. I'll put them with the bow and their little legs. So let's put them off. That's ready for swag one. Okay, I have ribbon ready for swag 2, and I'll get everything back in place and get my zip lock in. Now when you put that zip lock into your bow dabber, be sure to turn it, you know, the zip tie, let's see if I can show it to you. It has what looks like a little cup. You want the top, the flat part, the top of that cup to be up when you put it into your bow dabber. And I'm going to lay it right there, making sure it's turned the right way. And we are going to start on the second bow. So because I did have a second bolt of that stripe, remember we started with four loops. I'll let this hang off and on the floor. Get my first piece in to get it started. We're going to twist, measure it out to my 24, 26, because I wanted 6 inches. The bow to be 6 inches, each loop. About 6, make sure that works. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so once I get that where I want it, remember I'm going to do 4 and twist. So I'm going to continue with this second bow. and then I'll bring you back. Now around each of the ornament caps, I'm putting a couple beads of glue because I do not want them to come loose when I start to place them into their various locations. And I'm trying to spread the welt. Oops, there's one. These are breakable, so you do have to be very careful. I can't believe that one just broke right there in my hand. All right, so here's another one. And let's get that nice and warm. And I want one of these. Now the reason I'm putting this one in is because of that gold that had the darker gold in it, the coppery gold. I want this one in there as well. And then just secure that top down on it. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm looking at those 3. I love this one, but there's only one, so that won't work with the 2, and I'm trying to keep them as close to being alike as possible. So I also have some very pretty, you may have seen these in other places, some icicles, snowflakes rather, and I'm going to add those to what we're doing. So I'm trying to decide how I want them to look. I want a snowflake. I want the ornament. I'm gonna have to play with that. So I'm gonna work on this for a minute. I decided I would cluster these, and I don't know how well you can see it, but I put them on one of those Dollar Tree green wire stems, and I have put the little teardrop here and then 2 ornaments here, making sure that I brought in this color. So I am going to let those get good and dry and nice and cool, and then I'm going to be ready to start adding to our swag. Okay, I'm going to bring you closer. I believe I am finished. And I just want you to see those touches of navy and gold. And the bits of flocking. The little snowflakes. The ornament groupings. I think I'm very pleased with how this came out. The only thing I can think of, I do have one more ornament that I really could add down at the bottom. And I'm trying to hold out for the sake of balance between the 2. But we'll see. I may add one more ornament down at the bottom, right about here. I think I might like to have one here. So tell me what you think. I'm just going to leave that there. Stand back and take a look. The little pieces of ornament that are there. If I find a more solid one, then I may go with that. But that's going pretty well for the first swag. I'm pretty happy with that. I like that. And I think my client's going to be happy too. So now it's time for me to move over to swag number 2. So we're going to start working on it.